back at it again, and yes, I know, the talk of the town. We gotta talk more about it. Uncle Trump and this recent indictment. Now, I came across this video that I found very, very interesting, and you will find out why in just a second. I'm sure you read the title already, but y'all gotta see this one. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and let's dive in.
Fox News alert, back to our top story, the Trump arrest and indictment yesterday. And with an election on the horizon, inflation out of control, and China's constant provocation, is this really what voters want our elected officials to focus on right now? Our great panel joins us live. You guys have been good sports. You've been here 3 hours. You've been watching us. Thank you very much. All right, let's start. An audience question, first of all. We have been watching the polls on the Republican side. It seems like every time there's news about this indictment, and yesterday we saw it, Donald Trump's poll ratings go up. If the primary were held today, who thinks Donald Trump would win the Republican primary? Okay.
Every single person.
Now, fast forward to the general election. How many of you think that Donald Trump would then win the general election? Let's see the hands. All right. Sammy, you're in the back. You're a Democrat.
4 out of the 6.
Why do you think that Donald Trump would win the general after this?
Well, if you see what's happening in our country where, abroad, they're not respecting us. Saudi Arabia already said that they're not going to follow what we say. The dollar is in shambles right now overseas. We see also how, here, people, their buying power, their disposable income is shrinking. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of concern for us to be worried about finance laws on the former president. I think we're concentrating on the wrong thing, and this may backfire.
Okay, speaking of backfire, so yesterday we were assuming there would be more meat on the bones. Who was surprised that there was no felony listed? Marissa? Once again, you're a Democrat as well. Welcome back.
I am. I was just surprised they were building this and building this. I mean, this is
There's
what
gotta be
Brad
something
ran on.
big.
There has to be something big. And quite frankly, look, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, but I was expecting more. I mean, this is nothing new. Every president, everybody who gets ascended to political power has some sort of skeleton in their closet, right? So I frankly wasn't that surprised.
Yeah.
This is coming from Democrat voters. Oh, crap. This is coming from Democrat voters saying this stuff. They are disappointed. Listen, guys, I think the potential outcome of this, 1, is Trump wins in 24. 2, it is Republicans win in 28. And Republicans continue to win for the next 30 years. Because I think this situation here is going to turn a lot of people away from the Democratic Party. And I've shown you guys some of the stuff to prove that. Right? And once we squash this indoctrination stuff, the indoctrination camps, and we get that stuff under control, oh boy. That 30 could turn into 50, maybe even 100. Okay, I'm being a little sarcastic here, but I think there's a realistic shot that the next 3 to 4 presidents are all Republican. Every single one. Every single one. Trump, DeSantis, possibly. Maybe if DeSantis proves himself. I don't know. We might have a Kerry Lake or Candace Owens going on or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's literally backfiring on them as we speak. And of course, I've told you guys, I monitor social media. So I get on some of these or go to some of these, leftist leaning or more leftist Instagram pages, especially when they post about Trump or post about something political. And I've seen a mixed bag, which is different from what I've previously seen in the past. I mean, it's all been leftist comedy, all been leftist. And now with this whole Trump situation, I'm seeing so many people like, bro, why are y'all brainwashed? Show me what Trump did wrong. Hey, at least we had it better under Trump. I'm seeing these types of comments under a leftist's page's post, I should say, where I would normally see a bunch of leftists commenting on, promoting the left and, saying good things about the left and downgrading the right. And now I'm seeing a mixed bag, which of course we'll never see everyone on the left leave, because a lot of people, in my humble opinion, I'm just going to leave that alone. But y'all know, okay? If you know, you know. Goodness gracious. Let's dive back into this though.
But, this is new.
Yeah.
Porn star payoff is kind of new in
That
presidential
is new,
politics.
but
Just
when they're
saying.
talking about falsifying business documents, I feel like that happens.
Samantha, you're smiling back there.
Because I think it's a joke. How are we in our country, the greatest country in the world, in this position? And we're going after Trump when we had Hillary that deleted 33,000 emails and broke servers, and there was no indictment on that. And we had Bill Clinton, what he did with Paula Jones, and there was no indictment on that. And we have Biden with his, classified documents, and what's going on with that? Oh, it's just hush, hush, hush. And we're going to focus on things that, sorry, but men, this goes on.
Sure. After he was arrested yesterday, apparently today, Donald Trump has called for America to defund the police, particularly the FBI, the Department of Justice, because the Democrats have weaponized law.
I don't think he's called for defunding the police, but I'm pretty sure he did say defund the FBI, which, how y'all feeling? I ain't mad at him.
Law enforcement. All right. Who in this panel, raise your hand, who thinks that's a good idea? All right, nobody. But
not defunding the police.
You have a very special story because you wound up having a family member murdered, and so the cops are on your side.
Yes. Or so you would think that they are. We need the police in our communities, all right? I speak directly to the black and brown community, where all of the crime is happening, all of the crime that's being ignored and swept under the rug, that Alvin Bragg is refusing to prosecute. We need the police. If we don't have any other defense or deterrent for the runaway crime that's happening, at least let us continue to have our NYPD. When they are arrested, they're immediately released right from the precinct to a community-based organization that they never show up at.
Yeah. What he apparently posted was Republicans in Congress should defund the DOJ and FBI until they come to their senses. He wrote, Democrats have totally weaponized law enforcement, as I just said, in our country, and are viciously using this abuse of power to interfere with our already under siege elections.
Yeah, I know he didn't say defund the police. That was and I'm glad he corrected it. Shout out to him. I don't know this guy's name, but shout out to him for actually correcting that statement.
Dominic, we haven't heard from you yet. What do you make of what happened?
So I think it's clearly a political stunt. I think
Democrat.
there are much bigger cases to chase after.
Oh, he's an independent. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Independent voter. Listen, I'm telling you guys, I think this is really going to spell trouble. I'm still a little bit hesitant, obviously, because I'm no legal expert, and we've never seen anything like this. But I think this spells trouble, according to the polls, according to every legal expert I've heard from, and we've seen together. According to potential voters, here we have an independent voter. We've got a Democrat who's saying they're disappointed. I've seen Democrats say that this is all BS and bogus. Why are we talking about this when we've got, China doing this and the dollar collapsing and banks collapsing? And, I think this spells trouble. This is almost the worst thing that the Democrats could have done right here and right now. I think the best thing that they could have done was to completely ignore Donald Trump at this point in time, and they didn't. So unless they throw him under the jail for the next at least 10 years, because he's not going to run, if he's been in prison for 10 years, he's not coming back out and running for president at that age. Okay. So unless they're throwing him under the jail for the next 10 years, I think this spells trouble. I seriously do think that this is troubling for them. But what do y'all think? Let's continue on.
Well, we still haven't heard of the Jeffrey Epstein case. No arrests have been made about that. We know dozens and dozens of high-profile political people were involved in that scandal or in that case. I'd be much more interested to hear about what happened on those islands and what happened in those cases. Much more before I hear about Trump and his business dealings.
Frank, the former president does face other legal peril with the Georgia case, with the so-called Doc-a-Lago, the documents down at Mar-a-Lago and stuff like that. Are you worried about that stuff, or do you think that will be much like this was?
I think, am I worried about it? No one wants to see crime committed in the country. So do I mind it being investigated? No, but investigated fairly. I mean, President Biden has more documents for more years than we can add up all of Trump's documents. So let's at least have the appearance that the investigations are nonpartisan. That's the problem. To Dominic's point, it's not. It's the most partisan. Defund the police? No. But de-weaponize the DOJ? 100%.
And I should point out, Dominic's an independent. Frank is a Republican. Can I see the hands of people who think that yesterday's indictment was political? Okay. Unanimous. We're out. Thank you very much.
Republicans, Democrats, and independents alike all think it was political. Now, that was a small sample size. That was a small panel. And I think the black lady, I want to say I've seen her on one of these panels before that we've checked out in the past. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen her. We checked out the video specifically right here, but y'all let me know in the comment section. And yeah, I to hear all of this, man, it's so crazy. Like I said, my initial thoughts and my strongest feelings are that this spells disaster for the left. This spells disaster. This is like the worst thing they could have done, unless they plan on throwing Trump under the jail. Short of that, 2024 and 4 years beyond that, I can't wait. Woo! I can't wait. Are you excited? I know I'm excited. Listen. Listen. Oh, man. I'm going to be at that booth, smiling from ear to ear, grinning from ear to ear, knowing that, everybody around me is probably doing the same thing, voting for the same person I vote. Oh, man, it's going to be a lovely time. Lovely time. Yeah. Wow. And, hopefully beyond that, we'll continue that as well beyond, Trump's second term in office. Okay. But as always, y'all let me know how y'all feeling about this entire situation in the comment section below. Does it change your opinion if at all, seeing this panel of folks speak the way that they speak? Independents, Democrats, and Republicans alike basically agreeing that this is all BS. Does it change your thoughts? Do you think they're plants? Let me know. Peace and love. I'm out.